Hey guys, Moletrap here, and I'm doing an audio commentary today on Flash versus The Rock, and this should be fairly interesting. Watching Flash totally own The Rock. I really don't expect anything else is going to come of this. I have to say though, I mean I don't like The Rock very much, and even objectively speaking, I could make very many objective arguments that he sucks. He just isn't that good. I'm sorry, all you Rock fans, he sucks. I don't know why you're fans of him. Yeah, anyways. So, this is Rock versus Flash, and Flash has been playing absolutely brilliantly lately. I really have become a big fan of Flash lately. He's just got so many balls. Yes, not big balls, but many balls. That's how ballsy he is. In fact, he won his game last week versus Rumble on sheer balls alone. Well, not just sheer balls, but he won it on balls. And yeah, I mean, he's just a great player in general as well. I've been really become a fan of him lately. By the way, this is on Demon's Forest, or there's another name for it, something else Forest. It's the Forest one. And Rock's gonna get a scout in incidentally, which is interesting. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this matchup, because this is one of the few times you're gonna be able to see this map used. They are getting rid of this map. Apparently there were a lot of issues, more than I thought at first. I guess there was a lot of issues with glitches inside the trees. I guess vultures planting mines would get all mucked up or something. And yeah, so big pro. Oh, Rock's pro barely getting away there. And Flash trying to get his barracks down, and Rock is doing a lot. Oh, and see, he's forced to actually put his barracks down away from that depot, so his choke is not blocked off there, although the way he put his depot there, I think he would have had to build a second depot to block his choke anyways. So Flash just basically said, alright, I'm taking too long trying to get this barracks in the right place, I'm going to have to build a barracks right now or never. And so he does get the barracks down there, but if Rock is going for some kind of a rush there, it might affect things, because he's not going to be able to block off his choke there. Although it didn't look like Rock was going for any kind of rush. He got his gate down, and it looks like he just went for his assimilator after that to try and. No, he didn't get his assimilator. I'm sorry. I was anticipating that he got it, but it's possibly got another gate. We'll have to wait until they show his tech again there. So if he is going to get, he might even be kind of adapting and taking the. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, he picks off the SCV. Nicely done by Rock, keeping that probe alive so long. He's sending out a Zealot here. I would have anticipated it a little bit sooner, and he's even put a pylon down there, which is a little bit clever of him, because then he can basically keep Flash from walling off that choke until his Zealot gets there, and then and the SCV is blocked though. Flash brilliantly putting SCVs down on the ramp instead, and so it was a really good move by Rock, but it's just not going to work. And for some reason, he's putting a pylon down now inside Flash's base. He might actually be going for some kind of a proxy gateway inside his base while he keeps his front door occupied, which would be frankly quite brilliant. And Flash finally taking out that probe there, and this is getting crazier and crazier by the minute. And Flash's Marines all die. He let him. He let Rock's Zealots get in. They were just pounding on the SCVs too much. And wow, I'm always surprised when Rock wins, but it seems like he may actually do it this time. Although Flash has finally managed to get the probe out of his base, and so if he can theoretically do some good with this SCV, he needs to get the Marine out of the way, and he needs to. Okay, finally he's gotten the SCVs in the way of the in the way of the Zealots, so his Marines can just pick away at those Zealots. And he's taken a lot of SCVs off the line though, and SCV is finally polishing off that Zealot. It looks like I haven't seen if Rock got a second gate, but I think he may have at this point, because he's putting in a lot of Zealots here. It could just be, well, I guess they're not coming in that rapidly actually, and Rock letting his Zealot get surrounded by SCVs there. Flash finally putting down his SCVs back to mining. Oh, a little bit carelessly leaving that Marine out on the ramp, and he actually managed to get back around. And now that he has a few Marines though, and I think he's probably going to be able to micro them around well enough to just keep those Zealots out from now on. But man, really extremely effective harassment by Rock. The probe making the barrack, and we see now the value that it had of him keeping that barracks from going down in that hole, because Flash would have been able to avoid all of this with one Marine if he'd been able to set up his door differently. And so now that one probe and now the Zealots that have been able to get in because of that has set Flash way back. He does not have very much economy right now because he's had to pull a lot of SCVs off the line here and there, and finally getting that supply depot up to block his door off. So Flash's door is finally secure here. Picking off that SCV, even doing a little bit more harassment there. And Flash just now getting a scout out. So, like I was saying before, I'm always surprised when Rock wins because he isn't usually that good, but looks like he may actually pull it off this time. Definitely way ahead economically. He's got his second Nexus up. We'll probably see him switch into, reverse here. Someone said once, I remember before a game that I was talking about how he sucked and he probably wouldn't win it. Which and a Dragoon coming in here, and that could spell... No, I think he has enough Marines here, though. He needs to target that Dragoon, I think, though, with those Marines, because the Dragoon's going to pick off those Marines if he doesn't, and he really needs to pick off the Dragoon and then go for the... which he's doing now, finally. And that Marine is scared off in that corner. Okay, so finally... sorry, going back to what I was saying, one time this guy, I don't remember who it was, in a forum, he's like, Rock will go 2-gate goons into Reaver Harass into carriers, and it's exactly what it did, and I've noticed that that's what he does almost every single game, that's what he does, I mean versus Terran at least, and so yeah, here he is going for Reavers, and Flash has not had the chance to get much up, so he doesn't even have to go for the observatory first because there's not a chance of there being mines around. Well, there is a chance, but not much of a chance. And somehow Flash's SCV is still alive. That goon not able to pick off the SCV. It finally gets back down there and it spots that robotics facility. So Flash at least is probably going to be prepared now. Setting up a bunker even. I think that's probably a good idea actually, since he is a little bit behind. That's kind of clever. Putting a bunker because he's going to need to use his Marines basically, and his Marines are going to be way too easy for a Reaver to pick off if it comes to it. And that he obviously using it as well to hold off those Dragoons there. There was a little bit of at the top of his ramp where the Dragoons were able to kind of squeeze into the top of his ramp, and as you see, he was picking off Marines that way. So now, shuttle going out here, I think he probably has a Reaver inside of it. That robotics support bay has been up for long enough already, and he's putting a couple Zealots. Wait, I could have sworn he just picked up a Goon and a Zealot. So I'm not sure if there is a Reaver in it after all, actually. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, it's just 2 Zealots and a Goon, so he's just kind of doing more harassment here. And it looks like he might be even setting up to drop those 2 Goons in the back of his base as well. So really, you know, I don't give a... And there's the carry, like I said, that's what he always does. So he's getting that Stargate up, and honestly, he can pull it off right now. He's got enough of an economic advantage. He can definitely do that. And Flash having to pull his 4 or 5 Marines. Honestly, I don't know where's Flash's forces. He should at least have some vultures out or a tank or something like that right now, but he doesn't seem to have any forces at all. I guess he's probably just been trying to go for economy. He knows he's economically behind, so he was, I guess, hoping that Rock would let up long enough for him to get some economy up, and then he was going to go for forces, and that's basically how he beat Free the other day. Free owned him with a quick proxy, and then... Okay, Flash... oh, you know what? I remember in the back of my mind seeing that Academy now, but I didn't see it at the time. Flash now is getting Medic Marines, which don't work at all against Reavers. So Rock's going to drop a couple Reavers down here, and that's basically the end for Flash. He doesn't have anything to stop those Reavers right now. Those SCVs are going to die, and he doesn't have any heavy infantry to deal with this right now. Trying to spread out. Oh, that was a little bit clever of Flash sending in 1 Marine first so that it would take the first hit and then spreading it out from the others. But it was just too little too late, and just Flash never able to get any forces up. And I really hope that Flash can squeeze a way out of this group now, because he's an awesome player to watch. He comes up with some cool stuff, and so I'm kind of rooting for him in that sense. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. Thanks for